I think I was staged in court today. Here was the prosecution being sus in court today. He said he had already staged it, so I'm gonna play this real quick.
So I've already staged a lot of it. He's the only person other than my client that knew where the place was and that was on that night.
You might be thinking, well, he's probably just saying like staged as he set the stage, but it got me thinking. Did Grant actually kill it? My theory is Grant is trying to make money by staging me, and he would think, oh, it's gonna be easy with his previous record on the SMP. And I think Grant's the real criminal here, because he might have set it up. He might have been the one who killed him. I don't know, we might have to go back to court over this, but this is how this court went, and let's see how this goes.
Wait, did you actually kill that zombie? With the armor on it?
With the what on it?
With the armor on it. That's what you're being accused of.
Did it have the chicken head?
Yes.
No.
Well, where were you at the time of the of this? Were you like, when was the last time you were on the SMP? It's
2 days ago. I was last on at 8/21/2022 at 8:14 p.m.
This court session begins at 5:38 p.m. Tuesday, August 23rd. Does the prosecution have an opening statement ready?
Yes.
All right.
Your Honor.
Please come up to the stand.
Alright.
Alright. Well, alright. Last night, on the night of August the 22nd, and the belonging of this guy was lost. There was a zombie with armor and a chicken head in a boat. Now, as you know, in a boat, which mobs cannot despawn, so it had to have been killed by something, or someone. This is that nothing attacks zombies other than players. My client not have destroyed his own properties; it was a prize in his possession, and no one else knew where it was or how to get there, except for one person. And that is how and what waypoints on his map have been many locations that no one knew about. The defense was Wendell.
Just a quick question, what about iron golems? Iron golems can kill zombies.
That is true.
Did you really think he had an iron golem in the middle of Russia near his house?
Yeah,
yes,
house.
Grant, you said that only players can kill zombies,
Right,
which is a false statement.
That is a false statement.
So but there's also a roof over it, so nothing over 3 blocks tall could get in.
Alright then.
Well, actually, let me check the roof height real quick.
Okay, well, Wendell...
So you do know where the place is?
Yeah.
Alright, is that all you have for the opening statement?
I helped Landon save it.
Yes? Yes?
Yes.
You may be seated. Defense, does the defense have an opening statement?
Alright, so, first of all, I have no idea why you're even accusing me anyway. I don't have a reason to be accused, first of all. Second of all, I wasn't even on that night. And also, I actually helped Landon save it and not kill it. Like, I agree with you on it not being able to despawn because it did have, like, it had armor and it had a head. Like, it had a mob head, so. And it was also sitting in a boat.
Okay, Wendell, if that's all you have to say, then you may be seated.
Alright.
I guess we'll start with court. I guess we'll start court. I guess after... So, we got any evidence, witnesses that the prosecution would like to call up first?
We're the only people that are playing the server.
Any evidence or witnesses?
I meant for the witnesses. For Brandon, so I've already exchanged a lot of it. He's the only person other than my client that knew where the place was and that was on that night. And his opening statement, he stated that he was not on that night, which is quite strange because I distinctly remember talking to him several conversations.
Okay, sir, what night did this happen?
Okay.
Last night?
I wasn't on last night.
Okay, so Grant, are you calling up Landon as a witness to this, or Landon as just
Yes.
a... Okay, Landon, would you come up to the stand, please? Alright, Grant, you can ask some questions, I guess.
Do you remember talking to Wendell last night?
Sadly, I had to get off at 8:30 last night.
I had to get off at like 10.
Wendell, wait. Wendell, the prosecution's talking.
You got off at 8:30.
I do remember seeing Wendell online around 10ish.
I wasn't.
Alright.
Like,
And so, let's see, you got 10. Do you remember, like the exact time, or just around 10?
Around 10. I was sleepish because I was about to go to bed.
Does anyone know where you live other than you and Wendell? And keeping in mind that I have to ask you for directions every time I go to your house.
I have showed Jake, Wendell, and you, but Jake doesn't know where my base is, and you have to get directions every single time to my base. Wendell is the only one that can reliably get to my base besides me.
which base?
Yeah, so do you have any villages anywhere near your base, or any golems that you might have summoned?
I have a makeshift villager farm that is unable to work, but I have made sure it is iron golem proof, and that makeshift village is at least 50 to 100 blocks away.
Alright. And this zombie had no way of moving at all because it was in a boat, nothing around that could have destroyed it.
No, there's nothing that could destroy it. It was in a 3-block high roof in a boat.
Alright, and that is all. Unless you have something more to say.
Add that this zombie has very valuable items on it.
Can you tell us exactly what it was on it?
Enchanted diamond chestplate, almost fully maxed out netherite leggings, and leather boots with a chicken head on top.
That checks out.
Then you two may be seated. Alright, defense. Do you have any evidence or witnesses you would like to call up?
So first
Or
of all,
present?
I have a
Wendell, just for clarification, are you presenting yourself as a witness?
no, because I wasn't there.
So what are you presenting then?
I have a statement.
You have a statement.
So, things that can kill it is also zombie hoglins, or zoglins as they call them.
Wendell, I think this would be a better time for the cross-examination. Do you have any evidence to pull up yet?
I have replay recordings of me being on like every day I was on, but I wasn't on last night.
Which can be deleted easily.
I mean, yeah, but I wasn't on last night, and I have no reason to lie.
People do strange things without motivation.
I like how Wendell puts up motivation as a point. What motivation would he have for doing this?
Yeah, it's
What?
like a zombie.
Yeah.
I can think of several motivations he might have.
Wait, Wendell, do you have anything else you'd like to say before I call Grant up?
Okay, do you have any like actual evidence beside witness, like screenshots or
Well,
anything?
Wendell, that's for cross-examination, Wendell.
Okay.
Wendell, do you have any like evidence or witnesses you would like to bring up or just present?
I would just like to say one thing to what the defense has stated about motivation.
Right.
He said he had no motivation to take it. Well, previously, my client has stated that the zombie had several items of incredible value, such as nearly maxed out netherite leggings and enchanted diamond chestplate,
It's true.
which is plenty of motivation for most people to kill it. And plus the fact that he might not have thought that no one would find out or think about it because it was just a zombie, not knowing that it was one of my client's prized possessions.
Objection.
And my audio is broken again.
He calls objection. What do you call objection for?
First of all, I did know that it was I did know that it was of prize value to him because, like, I did know that it was of value to him because I remember he was like, oh no, it escaped, and then I helped him put it back where it needed to go. That is my objection.
So your objection was that you did know more information than I gave you credit for?
Yes. But also,
right. That sounds good to me.
I do have evidence showing that I did know that it was prized possession to him. If you
Yeah,
do need that.
I believe that you knew that, but that's not really helpful to you.
Landon, do you
Is
have...
it?
Wendell, what's being contested here is that you killed the zombie to steal its items.
Uh-huh.
So
We can check the log files. If I can find them, we can check the log files to see what days people have been on. To prove
Well-
that I was not on yesterday.
well, would you like to call a recess so you can go gather evidence?
Yes.
Okay, I guess we'll take a short recess for Wendell to close evidence.
Okay, so Grant's talking to Landon, alright? Ah! Hello? Hello?
When? Why did you just commit an act of domestic terrorism?
Elaborate.
You
You
blew,
blew up the courthouse.
you blew up the White House!
Bro, it was a creeper.
Yes, just block it off with stone.
Alright, so Landon. I would like to call up you.
Hey, Wendell, can you stand behind?
Oh, I
Yeah.
stand like right here. Do I stand here?
Not like here.
Where Grant was standing.
Alright, Landon.
Yes.
Why do you think I did it? You've been helping me and I've been trying to, like, help you and, you know, like, why do you think I did it?
Well, you were not my first suspect in the crime. It was actually Grant, but Grant doesn't know how to get to my base half the time, so.
Alright.
And then Jake, but Jake lives kind of very far away from me.
I honestly, like...
His slowness is kind of a thing. So then
Yeah.
it brought me to you, which, including your past behavior of intentionally starting wars.
It does make sense what you're saying. My question is, like... I honestly don't think anybody did it.
Then why?
'Cause
is it
I have-
gone?
I have no motive. Like, I have not seen any motives of anyone here who could
I've
possibly do it.
Grant, this is Wendell's cross-examination.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
So, why? I mean, like, Grant, the vibes he's giving off, he acts like he's gonna, like, frame me or something. Landon just seems like he's sitting here and he's sad because he lost something that he loves. And Jake's just neutral because he's a judge. He seems like a
Well-
fair judge. So,
As my lawyer
I
did
stand
point out,
here.
you very well had a motive pointed out. Multiple, actually.
but why would I do it?
That's what motive is.
Like I'm saying, I could kill Grant. He said he's died like 30 times and he probably has tons better gear than me, but I've never
You
killed him.
probably could not kill me, Wendell.
Because of the valuables.
I've
on it.
killed you before, but
Not recently.
still,
When I actually have had not bad armor.
as I said, Judge.
Hush. Order in the court. You can stay at the podium. You just need to be talking one at a time, and so Grant, you just need to stay quiet for this. This is Windows Cross. All right. Continue.
I don't really have anything else to say. I mean,
Okay. Okay.
I'm just
okay,
kind
then.
of like, disappointed. I don't see why anybody here would do this. I mean, like, based on my past, yeah, I probably could have, like, oh, yeah, I'm trying to start a war, oh boy. But, like I said, like, I just, like, so, do you remember the day that we were actually, like, do you remember the day that I was, like, actually near the zombie at all? Like, you remember that, right, Landon?
No, I have long-term and short-term memory loss.
Alright, well, do you remember that it got your shield?
You let a creeper blow up my chest and I took it.
So,
Strange how often that kind of thing happens.
I mourn your loss, Landon. Like, I'm sorry that you lost the ironclad zombie. And Grant, I see that you're trying to find some evidence, but I haven't seen anything that, like, directly points to it. I mean, I see how it's hard to find anything, considering, like, this is Minecraft and it's a zombie that died. Like, I see how it's hard to find stuff, because I've been looking, trying to find evidence. And I mean, like, for goodness sake, I don't even have a lawyer. I have to, like, pretend to be one. So, yeah, that's my take on it. Like I said, I promise I didn't do it. And, yeah.
Was that it? Is that your cross-examination done?
That is all.
Alright, you two may be seated. Prosecution, would you like to call up for another cross-examination? Prosecution?
Grant, that's you, I think.
Grant.
Grant. Alright, so here I'm going to take a quick pause. Grant's mic's broken, so I'm going to try to narrate for him and imitate him the best I can. Let's continue. It would be more beneficial here, I believe.
Okay, then you may come to the stand.
Alright, Grant, what do you have to point out? If my client remembered, which is Landon, when he was near the zombie, but I recall that he said he helped put it away. A small thing, but to answer his question. Another thing, though, is when he said that he didn't have the items.
And by
Grant.
items, you mean the stuff the zombie was wearing, correct? Alright.
Alright. Well, he may have lost the items then, and not been able to retrieve them because of lava, and maybe because of the 5-minute despawn timer. So he's thinking that I died and lost the items that I would have stole from the zombie, but I didn't actually steal them, so, you know.
Alright, closing statement time. Alright. Prosecution, you get to go first.
Alright guys, let's see what Grant has to say. I'm just kind of concerned because, I mean, like, I don't even know what's gonna happen if I lose. Let's see what Grant has to say. Ladies and gentlemen of the Bob Stevenson.
Oh, hold on, there's something outside, I gotta deal with this.
Okay.
Just give me 1 second, there are unwanted visitors.
Here, I'm gonna stop
I gotta
and
take care of
restart the recording.
I gotta take care of some protest to this court meeting.
Ladies and gentlemen of the Bob Stevenson, I ask you to think about a few things before
Sorry about
you
that.
decide your verdict.
Alright,
Things
let me
such
look at this, huh?
as the defense's statements frequently being disproven, or that they have made some unnecessary objections. I ask you to think about the defense's past, what they have done before, and what they might do again. On several occasions, they have stated that they have changed, but have never
Is that all you
really
have to say?
altered their actions or behavior.
Alright, you may proceed.
So please, with all of this, taken into consideration, make the correct decision and decide the verdict of
Alright,
guilty. Alright, I have read
Wendell.
the statement.
Okay, Wendell, you may come up now and present your closing arguments to prove what you are. You're pleading not guilty, right? Or are you pleading guilty?
I plead not guilty. I plead not
Alright.
guilty, because I'm not in the wrong.
Alright then. Then you shall say, what is your closing argument? Do you...
So, my closing argument is that
Your closing statement.
of
I
all
should
of
say.
this today that we have been through, we're sitting here arguing over Landon's prized possession, and you know, I'm thinking like, so Grant here, he's trying to prove me guilty so that way Landon gets justice, right? You agree? Shake your head. Okay. What Grant has came up with so far is only about my past, right? That's all the evidence he has. He has nothing about what actually happened that day, which makes it sort of suspicious to be a false accusation. And also,
Well, Wendell, can you continue your closing argument?
yeah, you may not be on my side, but do the right thing, okay? Because, like, I'm serious. I promise that I did not do anything wrong. And there's no evidence to prove that I did. Only motive, okay? And I know that I couldn't have accidentally done it, like the cobblestone, which I could have accidentally broke the cobblestone. I admit that. But I don't admit to this, because it's not the truth.
Okay,
And I
then.
fight for the truth, so. This is why I stand here talking to all of you. And this is all I have to say.
Realize.
Yes. This is all I have to say.
So, basically what your thing boils down to is that there's no evidence against you
Yeah.
besides motive.
Yeah, it literally just talks about my past. That's
Okay.
it. There's nothing better than motive. I mean, it could have good well been the server. Like, I haven't seen a case like that before, but, you know, new things happen.
Okay, I'm going to decide real quick. I will unmute when I'm ready to deliver my verdict, alright?
Alright.
I
He's
believe
saying...
I've come to a decision. From the evidence I've seen today, I personally believe that the defendant, Wendell, so as Crystal Cactus, is to be found not guilty of this here crime. I
Okay.
call, anyone else want to, you can, like, protest this, decision if you feel it is unfair.
Can you say why you should have made the decision?
If you feel like my decision isn't well decided, you could object. I've made this decision because this entire time I've been keeping score of how this session's been going on a spreadsheet,
Alright.
and the prosecution landed with a total of 64, and the defense totaled with 66 points.
What are these points for?
It's just for all the how well you presented and how well just your evidence was in general. I mean, you both did great.
It's over. Yay. Very boring. Court.
Yes. Yeah.
Court sucks.
Yeah.
No
But
offense,
it-
Your Honor.
It makes for content.
Us?
I absolutely disagree with that statement.
Same.
If you edit it right.
if you like edit it so there's about 2 seconds of this, then yes.
Ah! Who shot me? Why are you shooting me?
Uh.
Well, court's over, I guess.
I guess it's not court if Wendell doesn't die from the judge once.
Alright, that's a big weight lifted off my shoulder. Nope, not yet. Nope, sorry. It's not over. Actually, we're gonna have to go back to court, so, yeah. Yeah, so basically my idea is that Grant has set this up to make money. But, you know, I'm not 100% sure, and to find out the truth, I must go back to court. Standing here, I realize that this is not over. So I will see you in the next episode of Plutonium SMP. Thank you so much for watching this episode. Make sure you watch the previous seasons to know what the background is, and watch the next videos. I hope you guys enjoyed.